From Rock River Yamaha, Austin Politelli. What's going on, Austin?
Oh, not too much. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Glad to hear from you. It's been a little while since we've had you on. You're looking good this season, man. Listen, AMA Arenacross is strong. I really have said, we've been talking about the series for the last month or two, and I really feel like you're a guy that can battle for this title. Unfortunately, round one kind of puts you in a deficit, but I think you're one of the two or three guys that really are capable of beating Vince.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I can as well. I've been working on a lot of starts, so I think just put myself in a better situation right off the gate and putting in solid laps and trying to get away from everyone a little bit. And I think I can kind of show my true speed a little bit better too.
But we have kind of heard the announcers say that maybe there were some conditioning things last year, or I don't know exactly what the situation was last year. But to me, you look like you're in a better place overall.
Yeah, I've been feeling really good. I hadn't rode Yamaha since 2017, so getting back on them, I kind of gelled with the bike right away. I liked it a lot. I've always liked a lot of bottom end, and these definitely have that. So, yeah, I've been feeling pretty comfortable.
For those that aren't totally following the series, you're sixth in points right now. And I mentioned at round one, you won your heat race, and then went 14, did not start in the main. And there were some bike issues. I don't know how much you want to get into. I've heard some things. I'll let you tell us whatever you feel like telling us. But it sounds like you had some bike issues and you were not comfortable mentally to get back on that bike. And I think you had a friend basically drive your bike overnight, your personal bike or your practice bike, to race the next night. And since then, you've had 3 more rounds and went third overall at all 3 rounds.
Yeah, that first one obviously didn't go as planned. I mean, I don't want to blow anyone out, but yeah, just had some stuff happen, and it had happened multiple times already that day. So the last time it happened over a jump, and just was kind of over it mentally. I've had a lot of injuries in the past from bike braking and stuff like that. I mean, I know it happens. It is motocross, but I decided not to line up for that last main. And then, I had a buddy drove all through the night, brought my practice bike up, and was able to get third, I think, the second night. So,
yep.
Yeah, just getting the bike more comfortable and myself as well. And, I think hopefully get some wins coming soon.
Yeah, so I'm glad you said that. So it was a personal decision not to start. It wasn't like the bike wouldn't run. You chose just for safety reasons, basically, or mentally, you were like, hey, I'm not comfortable. I'm going to hold off.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like, I think the problem that happened, they thought they had figured it out earlier in the day, and then it happened again. So
yeah, obviously
it wasn't figured out. So I don't know. I didn't feel like flying through there with no bike underneath me. So yeah, I just decided not to line up for that last one.
Other than Vince, all the other guys, yourself, Brees, Bitterman, and Hicks have been a little inconsistent. And even though you've gone third overall at all 3 of those last rounds, it's been like 4-2, 6-2, 5-3. So yeah, I think that's probably the main thing you got to focus on, right? Is just getting out the gate with Vince and being consistent.
Yeah, for sure. I think, Vince has got the whole shot almost every time. So he just puts himself in a good position right off the gate. And I haven't done that. And I've always kind of struggled a little bit, like being around other riders I don't trust fully, like making moves right off the get-go. So I think if I could just get in the top 3 at least off the start, we messed with some mapping stuff. I think it helped a little bit. So I think for Colorado, it should be a lot better.
I like to see that you guys are in this deep contest, and is it just all of y'all just started to show up? Like, what do you think the cause of that is? Like, is the promoting of the sport and getting you guys bonuses and stuff better? Like, why are you here in this championship?
I did a few of them last year and just honestly had a lot of fun doing them. Definitely a lot more laid back. I mean, the racing is really intense, but I don't know. I've been racing for a long time now, and the Supercross 450 is it's so stacked, to be honest, and like kind of just over fighting for main events. I'd rather fight for wins instead of fighting for mains, and I'm getting older now, so and the money's not bad either. So I'm planning on doing Supercross as well, but I I really enjoyed doing the Arenacross stuff. I grew up racing. I did the German series a lot, so kind of grew up on tighter tracks, and just always liked the tight style racing.
That's the main question, man, is dealing with Vince. Like, what's it going to take? It kind of feels like, or a lot of people feel like people are almost afraid of him. Nobody's really just getting in there and being aggressive with him and taking him out, and it may take that. I do feel like you're the guy that will do that. I don't think Brees will, because they're teammates. Mm-hmm. And Hicks has already kind of said, like, hey, I'm kind of happy just to race for second. I don't want to take the chance. I don't trust him, basically. But, like, is that really what it comes down to? Is that, like, hey, it's kind of, we don't know what he's going to do, or are you willing to get in there and rough him up if you have to?
I mean, yeah, if I have to, for sure. I definitely don't want to start something for no reason. I think that's stupid. But, I mean, I've never had problems with Vince. I've known him since I was a little kid, and he's always been super cool to me. So, I actually like him. He's, like I said, he's been super cool. But, I mean, yeah, if that's what it comes down to, then, yeah, definitely not afraid to rub some plastics for sure.
Well, I really think after the next weekend of racing, that we'll be halfway through the series, and you're 41 points down, I think. Yeah. You're probably going to have to rough him up. Like, if you want the title, somebody's going to probably have to put him on the ground. And I don't mean, I'm totally against going out and just killing somebody for no reason. But if you're battling, there might need to be a brake check. It might have to happen if the title's still a possibility for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think, mainly for me, I just need to focus on just trying to win. And it sucks with how that first round went. It really messed me up in the points. So
yeah.
I think from here on out, just focus on, like I said, getting the best start, putting myself in a good situation, and just riding my own laps. I think if I can get out front, which I don't think I've done yet this season. So at Arenacross, it's super tight. It's hard to ride your lines when you're in the middle of the pack. So just getting out front and trying to take off. That's what my main goal is at the next one.
Yeah, it is kind of funny though. Like when Friese was coming over, everybody's like, "Oh well, it's going to be like takeout fest and stuff," and then everybody else has been taking each other out, like Peters and Brees. Like that was wild, and there's been some other ones, and it's like Vince is just out in front. It's like it's crazy. Like y'all got to get up there on him, man.
Yeah, for sure. With the Wageman thing, I saw that, and I love watching stuff from the 90s, so I see how those guys ride, and then I see everyone watch or give Vince crap for how he rides. And I guess sometimes they're a little gnarly, but I'm totally cool with rubbing in the corner. As long as they're not cross jumping, I'm cool with it.
You've been riding a 450 for a while. Do you think that transition, especially in that tight stuff where you're so used to being on a 250, going to 450, is that hard? I mean, are those 450s that much more to deal with on the Arenacross?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess everybody else or everyone has their own opinion on which bike they like better, but I think he rode 450 a couple times last year, but I could be wrong.
KP?
But, yeah, I thought he may have rode it at Daytona.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a bigger guy, so I would struggle on a 250 big time. So I don't think it's that big of an issue.
How different is training? I'm talking more off the bike stuff, but how different is training for Arenacross versus Supercross, or is it different?
Not a ton. I mean, I definitely work on doing like some more sprint stuff, and then like my ride day schedules, I'll like to do those two mains like back to back. I think people think it's a little easier, but the racing's so intense, and there's not much like break on those tracks, so it's almost feel like your heart rate's even higher. So I just focused on, I've been trying to just ride a lot more this year. Last year I only had one bike with the team I was on, so I didn't really get to ride during the week. So I've been just trying to put a lot of time in on the bike. My off the bike training I've never really struggled with. I actually like enjoy road biking a lot, mountain biking, all that stuff. So mainly just been trying to focus on riding a lot more.
Like, does that tight riding change how your form is on the bike? Do you ever get like, there's so many corners and it's so sharp, do you ever get almost, lack of a better word, claustrophobic in a way where you tense up because it's so tight?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one thing I've had to kind of work on is just trying to flow for every lap, because there's just so much stuff going on, and then like getting into lappers pretty quick too. Always makes it tough. And then like I've been kind of struggling with, like, I've noticed a lot of guys they're real good at going inside in the corners, and I've never really done that in Supercross. So it's just learning how to kind of turn tighter and everything. And yeah, just relax. Like, they're so tight. And then the last 2 races we did were higher in elevation, so that always makes it a little bit tougher to breathe and stuff like that as well. And I know Colorado's pretty high up there, so yeah, just a little bit different stuff to work on, but nothing too crazy.
All of this is awesome, but the big question is, what do you think about having racing against the electric bikes? I'm a proponent of the electric bikes. That's what I ride more than anything. So I'm just curious about what your thoughts are.
I think it's cool. It's a little scary, not gonna lie, because you don't know where they are. Especially, like, it pays pretty good to win that race, the Clash or Cash or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So there's definitely been times where I don't think someone's on the inside of me, and then I look over and they are. So you gotta, I mean, you're always taught not to look back, but in that race, you definitely gotta be aware of your surroundings a little bit more than normal.
Let's do a couple forum questions and we'll let you go. Let's see. This is from Boxcar Willie. He says, what's Austin's favorite track in Canada? You spent a couple years up there. I know you won a title in 2013, I believe.
Yeah, I did.
What's your favorite track up there?
I like Kamloops. I think the one year it rained the day before, and that was for sure my favorite one.
What do you like about that place? I haven't been to any of the tracks up there to actually see them on person, but on TV, yeah, there's a few that are really amazing.
They just get really rough. They didn't like prep them as much. I mean, I know the ones here get super rough as well, but I kind of grew up riding in the hills, like in Nuevo and stuff a lot. So I've always liked rougher tracks, and I think use a lot more technique when they get rough. So yeah, that one got super rough.
Nuevo is a completely different world of rough.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Have you been there? It's like up by the other side of the school. I can't remember what is that town, Nuevo? What's that town that's right there? It's right next to
no, it's by like if you knew where Star West was, like that area.
Yeah.
And it's like a track. There's no jumps. There's none of that kind of. It's just a track like at my house, but like 4 foot deep whoops the whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's insane.